Okay, now we move to topic number 4, which is the price earning ratio and the security analysis. Now, in this topic, we shall look on how to calculate the price earning ratio and how it is used in selecting or picking stock to be included in your portfolio, and also shall look on security analysis. Now, under security analysis, we shall see on how investors who choose their security based on fundamental factors, which we call undertake the fundamental analysis. So under security analysis, we shall look on fundamental analysis and the technical analysis. Also, we shall look on stock picking strategies. Now, let us start with price earning ratio. Now, price earning ratio is abbreviated by PE ratio. Now, the price earning ratio says this is a ratio of current share price to the earnings or profits per share. Now, this is calculated as we expressed in equation number 1. The price earning ratio, PE ratio, is equal to P divided by EPS. Now, the PE ratio, this is a price earning ratio, and the P stands for current share price, and the EPS, this is the earnings or profit per share. Now, the earnings or profit per share is obtained by dividing the total earnings or total profit in that particular period. The profit available for equity shareholders, we divide by number of equity shares in that particular period. Now, we say the PE ratio, this is the multiplying factor that the market is willing to offer to the company future earnings. So the PE ratio says this is a multiplying factor that market is willing to offer to the company's future earnings. Now, for example, say a company earnings per share is 6 shillings and the current market price is 50 shillings. Then we can calculate the PE ratio. PE ratio will be equal to current market price divided by earning per share. Now, the current market price is 50 shillings. You divide by 6 shillings, which is the earning per share. Now, if you divide, you get 8.33 times, which is the PE ratio. Now, this PE ratio, it indicates that the market is prepared to pay 8.33 for every shilling of the future earnings. So the PE ratio will be in times. So it indicates how many times the market is willing to pay for to the company for the future, or to the investors for the future earnings of the company. Now, if we make P subject to the formula, we shall have equation 2. So P will be equal to P ratio multiplied by earning per share. So P is equal to P ratio multiplied by earning per share. Now we get the equation number 2. Now, say the use of equation 2 requires that the PE ratio to be estimated separate from earning per share. Now, say the estimation of PE ratio can be carried out in different ways. First, say an average of past price earning ratio for the company whose share price is being analyzed can be used. So you can calculate the average past prices for the company which shares price is analyzed. And the second, you can use an average price earning ratio for the similar firms or of the industry in which the firm belongs. And the third approach, you can use the Gordon gross model, in which the price or P will be equal to D divided by R minus G. Now, in our equation 3, the price is the current or the fair price of share, D is the dividend expected in the next dividend, and R is the required rate of return, and G is the expected rate of the expected growth rate of dividend. Now, if we divide the equation 3 by earning per share, so we divide equation 3 both sides by earning per share, we shall have the equation 4. So P divided by EPS will be equal to D divided by EPS divided by R minus G. Now we have equation 4. Now we say P divided by EPS is the price earning ratio. And the term D divided by EPS is the dividend payout rate. That is the proportion of earnings or profit paid as the dividend to shareholders. Now from equation 4, so it can be seen that price earning ratio rises with increase in dividend payout rate and the expected growth rate in dividend. However, it should be noted that these two variables are not independent. The higher the dividend payout rate, it involves lower reinvestment of profit, and hence may it be expected to reduce the growth rate. Okay, now let us continue and look what is the intrinsic value or fair value of a share. Now, the intrinsic value or fair value says this is an economic worth of share arrived using the fundamental valuation techniques. Now we say the fundamental analysis compare the intrinsic value and the current market price of share to know whether the share is overvalued or undervalued by the market. So we use the fundamental analysis techniques to calculate the intrinsic value or fair value. And now after calculating, you can compare with the current market value to establish whether the share is undervalued or overvalued. So if the share is overvalued, then you sell, you make a profit. If it is undervalued, you buy, so that will sell in the future when the market adjusts or corrects its valuation. Now how to establish or how to estimate, to calculate the intrinsic value. Now say the intrinsic value of share is estimated using the following formula. Now say the intrinsic value of share is equal to expected P/E ratio multiplied by present earning per share. Now, how to establish the expected P/E ratio? Now, the expected P/E ratio is obtained by taking the dividend payout ratio divided by expected earning per share, you divide by K minus G. Whereby D represents the expected next dividend payout, R represents the required rate of return, G is the expected growth rate of dividends, and E, in bracket EPS, is the expected earnings per share.